Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am good. It was a
Awesome.
long night last night. I got my grandson, and when he gets to Omi's house, he doesn't like to go to sleep.
I hear that. Hang on one
So,
second. I'm writing this down. Double check time. It goes up there. All right. I'm gonna double book myself, and I hate double booking myself, but we're gonna find out later. So, good morning, Kay.
Good morning. I'm driving. We have a rainstorm, so there's a big long line in front of school.
All right. So, okay. So you're not okay. I was gonna say, so drive careful because Brianna's driving in space.
yes.
And where?
Outer space. She's
Oh
got like
my.
Earth behind. I know it's very cool. So Brianna and Elon Musk, they've got a thing going. You can tell. So
Yes, yes.
how the heck are you guys? All you all.
Good.
Good.
I know what I'm going to talk about on Friday. Again, 2 weeks in a row. I'm like, so I actually, just to be about me for a second, because we're going to be there. So yesterday I picked up the phone and I started lead generating for listings, which I have not done. I did it in 2017 a bit. And then I was like, I really don't want to do this. I want to open up a coaching company. It was part of what I did to kind of figure out what direction I wanted to go my last year of being a team leader. And, but really, I have not done it since 2011, where I did it consistently as a business. I do it for agent attraction. I haven't done it for listings. And it was a very interesting little bit of stuff that went through my head. I'm like, this is interesting. We're going to talk about this. So not today. We'll talk about it Friday. Okay. So just let you guys know, I was right back in there where you guys are on a regular basis.
Hot dog.
Yeah, exactly. So let's hear some good news. Sarah, you were here first. How about you go first? Let's hear some good news.
Well, I've been studying a lot. That's basically all I've been doing. I've been doing better at my practice exams.
Mhm.
Took your advice to try to pass my national with the 90%. I'm getting there. I'm
Mhm.
getting there. Between, all the meetings and stuff and people coming through to photograph the house that, because I told you I put my house up on the market. So it's just been busy.
When do
So
you
I'm
go
getting
live?
there. And I can't, I'm confident come Friday, I'll get that paper. I already got state. I just need to get national. So
Cool beans. Now, are they only making you take the national, or do you have to take the whole thing over?
no, they only make you take the portion that you did not
Yes.
pass.
Cool.
So-
So you only have to focus on one thing. Nice. Very nice. Congrats. And just to let you know, usually, okay, do you guys remember taking your test? Do you guys know if national or state was harder? Do you guys remember it all?
Too
Refroze.
long ago.
Ha! Do you remember Kay at all?
No, I just remember I guess national probably was harder because you had to memorize all those statistics and stuff.
Yeah, for me, I think it was harder because of the dates. And the state stuff kind of made more sense. So, but I don't, and maybe I'm remembering it wrong because it's been a long time. I mean, a really long time. I got to tell you, so I passed my test the first time in 07. And then in 20, maybe 12 or 15, Ron, my broker, who, by the way, in Virginia, Ron, the broker, was the guy who actually wrote a lot of the documentation for that area, because Virginia is all chopped up in different areas. For that area, he wrote the contracts. He actually was the guy behind writing a lot of the contracts. Twice I
wow.
worked with brokers that wrote the contracts. And so Ron and I were trying to help some guy pass the test. And Ron and I at one point looked at each other, and I used to call Ron the curmudgeon. He was probably, good God, not that much older than me now, but at the time it seemed ancient. And so the curmudgeon and I are going through stuff, and we finally looked at each other and we're like, dang, do you remember this crap? And both of us like, no. So let's hear some more good news. What you got? Bree or Kay?
I'm working
Okay.
on bringing
Yeah.
someone over to the team.
Yes.
So Gina's helping me with that.
Yep.
And my 17-year-old who has certified brain damage, but he's functionally okay. We had a great conversation about how backwards Tennessee politics is.
Oh, interesting.
So the trauma of his childhood, he is just surpassing it.
Oh,
That's
I
really good.
love that. That's
And
very
he's like,
good.
I don't he was like, did the Tennessee legislators think anything through? I
No,
was like,
no, they don't.
right, no. So anyway, that was my morning drive this morning.
That's very cool. That's very good. I had a really good conversation with my daughter yesterday also about just she was like, her older brother, he did da 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 da. And I'm like, I didn't know he did half that crap. And I'm like, I'm just really sorry. I really, really am. And it was just a really open conversation. And the thing that's cool about with kids at this age, because they're in their 30s now, is the conversations are like I opened the door wide up to go, look, if I screwed anything up and you want to talk about it, by all means, let's talk,
Mhm.
and it's just opened up a lot of really good conversations. So you're starting them right, Bree. Good job.
Right. And he was like, are any of these people that are making these laws foster parents?
Ah,
He's like, do they take care of the kids once they get here? And I was like he totally.
there is a huge gap in our society for foster children, especially as they age out of it. It's
Yeah.
really, there's not really, and there's just, there's a huge problem. There really is.
So,
You might have a political activist in yourself and your son on your hands, just let you know.
I know he wants me to meet him to like Cory Booker's a family friend and some other people. So I'm gonna like introduce him to them.
We'll jump out here.
That's cool. That's way cool. So
Yeah.
awesome sauce. All right, who, Kay or Liz?
Well, mine was that I did go ahead and respond to one of my investors and said that, I needed to set up a time to meet with him and get to know him and what he wanted. And it worked. I told Gina, he text back and said, fine. So I'm scheduling a Zoom for tomorrow.
I love that. I really, really do. So did you just tell him no?
I just said, well, I can't remember exactly what I said, but I said, I don't want to waste your time and mine. And, I need to, meet you face to face, and can we schedule a Zoom, and will this time or this time work? And he picked the time, and it's all set up now.
I love it. I really, really
Wait
do.
for those.
Yep. I think that when I'm a high D personality, so in charge all the time, all that kind of stuff. But when I go to someone that is to be an expert in that field, I go to them because I need them to be an expert in that field. And one of the things that comes to mind really easily is when my husband and I were getting married, and we were at one of those bridal things, and we were trying all the different cakes, and we're like, this cake's pretty. We wanted a cake that was really beautiful and tasted good. Apparently that is a difficult combination. I don't know why, but it is. And so we finally found one that was really, a girl did really good art and it tasted really good. And we're like, bam, you're our girl. And so when we went and met her to get the cake design, we said, this is the concept, this is what we want. And then you're an artist, do what you do. And we just gave her carte blanche. And the cool thing was one, she took complete control over everything. And it was amazing. She did a really good job. And it wasn't what either one of us had thought of, but it was really, really cool. But the part where she took control and did everything, that is secretly, even though I'm a high D, the one that doesn't want to be controlled the most out of the personality types, that is what I really, really want. That's why I'm going to. You're an expert. Take control of the situation. That's why I need you. Otherwise, I wouldn't need you. So when you take
Right.
control, like Kay did, was, I need to meet you. That's the way it works. Do you want to do Tuesday or 2 at 4? We can Zoom or in person. Bam, Tuesday, 2, 4, whatever. You know what I mean? So really good, Kay. Thank you for that.
Well, I appreciate it. It worked. I was a little afraid, but it worked.
Yep. Liz, what do you got? What's your good news?
Similar actually to what you just mentioned. I had a really good conversation with a friend yesterday about exactly that. She was talking about what she's looking for in her business and how she's feeling, you know, she's running after all these programs to kind of like make sure that she's meeting this need in her business, but then they're not meeting the need. And I'm like, because you're going in without a grocery list, you're going in and you're expecting that they have an expertise that you haven't really identified yet. So
We lost you. Can you come back? So we,
Er,
hang on, I think we got you back. Yeah, we lost you for a second. You going in with a grocery list and you're not finding the expertise. Go.
and then, so it was, the conversation was about knowing what your needs or knowing what it is you're trying to do, and then finding the services and resources that will support that versus seeing all the shiny new objects that come across you for services and resources and just saying, oh, I'm going to go ahead and do this one and this one and this one and this one, and it never meets the need at all. Kind of like you just said with your cake scenario, Gina. You're like, you want the expert to come in and fill the hole in your business, but you've got to know the hole they're trying to fill. First.
You just brought up something completely amazing. And I'm going to pull something out of a different group that I'm part of a group called Groundswell. If you guys are ever interested, I can hook you up with it. It's different organizations, right? I'm in the coach one. There's also a real estate one. And then we want to build out a bunch more different groups, but the groups meet, they have conversations where they just start asking a lot of questions. They don't have any particular guru that is like, this is the guru of how all things work. It's just like, let's have the conversation. Let's really deep dive into it. And the conversation could end up going anywhere. I mean, you just never know where the heck the conversation could be. Anyway, this is what we talked about. It comes from Jim Rohn's Good to Great. So that's kind of the book we've been sort of studying. But they talked about once you have the three components in place for what the things that make I'm butchering this, the things that make a company great, not just merely good. And Jim Rohn's supposition is that good is the enemy of great because there's a complacency around good. We don't need to, we're good enough kind of a thing, where the great companies are like, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. So the really great companies, the things that they had in common as he studied them were three things. The first thing is they figured out what they were really, really, really passionate about.
Mhm.
And then they figured out what they were really good at. And good without passion. The reason why this is important is because I was sharing with somebody, I think it might have been you, Liz, but I don't remember who it was, but anyway, I was sharing with somebody, I'm a good accountant. I'm a really good accountant. I've been doing taxes for 2 days and I've been eating poorly, trying to get any flipping endorphins into my brain I possibly can, because doing taxes, and by the way, it's not even doing the taxes, it's just the preparation to hand it over to the CPA, which I fully admit I didn't do. I'm doing a whole year's worth of work in, 2 or 3 days. But that part aside, I hate it. I hate it with a passion. I hate every aspect of it. I'm good at it and I can put it all together, all this stuff between the rental, the business, the husbands, the other stuff, You can put it all together. Hate it. So they figured out what they're passionate about, what they're really, really good at, and then what the world will pay for.
Mhm.
And that, once they figured that out, what that ends up looking like as a business model is, I get this. It's 3 circles, what they're passionate about, what they're really good at, and what the world will pay for. And that little spot in the center, that's their business.
Mhm.
So once they figured that out and they kind of worked through that, then they had some rules, and the rules around it, we worked on the 5th rule, but the first one is there's a high level of leadership, and that involves humility amongst the leaders. And that means that you'll go to the like when I used to come in and I was a fixer. So I'd go fix businesses that were tanking, and I would start literally, I would just examine. But I also asked the people on the ground floor level, like I really involved them in the process because they're on the ground floor level. And there's a level of humility to that because I'm not like, the be all, see all, I know it all. Another component was the right people on the right bus. Another component was called confronting the brutal facts. And by that, I mean, this is where we are and it's broken, but we don't give up hope. It's just confronting the brutal facts. It's broken, we got to fix it. We don't give up hope. Then the hedgehog mentality, which is this thing that I just taught you guys, that's a hedgehog mentality. And then tech. There's a couple more. There's a culture of discipline and there's something else, whatever, but tech, this is how they approach technology, which I really thought was interesting in real estate, because in real estate, we cobble together stuff from all over the place and it's all cobbled together. And we don't ask this question. We think, okay, well, who here has involved technology in their business as the great all be all end all answer? You've done a full deep dive into it. And it was not the great all be all end all answer. Has anyone here in real estate ever done that with anything? Brianna's smiling. Okay, what have you guys done? Like, I am diving into video, possibly even looking at TikTok, and I don't know if it's the great, prior to this conversation, I was going to dive full on into it. Now I'm going to ask some more questions first. So that's one of them. I'm like, well, this is where it's going, so I need to be there. So what have you guys done or dove into that was going to answer it all and didn't?
Facebook ads.
Okay.
And it wasn't the be all end all because I didn't utilize it the way it should have been. Like my
Okay.
follow-up I wasn't prepared.
Okay.
So I don't know if it was the technology's fault or the user.
Well, who
Me-
knows? But
Well, I'll say in my case, it's the technology's fault because I will not do Facebook because I've been kicked off twice.
What?
yeah, she's been in
I was
Facebook jail.
hacked. I was hacked on Facebook and I tried to tell them
Oh.
like it was not me and they kicked me off. And then I reestablished under a different name, which I know you're not supposed to do, but I reestablished under a different account and I
Right.
get hacked, kicked off again. So I'm like, okay, Facebook's not my platform. I'm not doing, it's a distraction for me anyway, but I'm just gonna social media is probably not my thing.
Blogged. I blogged. I was
Yeah.
like, because they were like, blogging is the answer. You got to blog.
Yep.
And so I did. I blogged, created a bunch of content.
That's exactly what I'm looking to do instead, because social media is not my place.
Blogged. I got the big, huge, flashy website. I had a website that cost me like $1,800 a month or something crazy thing like that. And it was flashy and it did everything. But did it bring me business? No, it gave a cool place when the business got there. But I now have a website that cost me like $500 a year or something like that. Does
Right.
everything you get to do. Well, if you count Square on top of it, because I cobbled Square, but I cobbled Square into the other one, so there's no charge there. So yeah, there's a difference between, I don't know what does that work out to be? Oh God, too much.
Almost
damn,
$20,000.
$18,000? Yeah, $18,000 versus 500. Here's
Right.
what, yeah, so here's what they say on technology. The only technology those companies do is the technology that supports that center right there. If the
Mhm.
technology supports it, they ask these three things. First off, does the technology support it? That's the big overarching question. Then they ask, does the technology fit directly inside my hedgehog? If it does, pioneer it. Get out there, nail it, be a forefront, be a forerunner, or go dominate it, or whatever it is you got to do. If it fits in the hedgehog, pioneer it. Do you need it at all? Is the next question they ask.
Mhm.
If no, ignore it. Do I, Gina Hansen, does TikTok fit right there? And if it does, then go pioneer it. For me personally, if I needed it all, do I need it at all? No, ignore it. If yes, but it doesn't fit in the hedgehog, but it still is yes, I still need it. Like, where's a good example? I need a phone. I absolutely need a phone.
Me too.
Yes. Does the phone fit in there? No, but I need it. So in their case, they say just parity it, meaning get what it is that you need. I don't need a whole fancy phone system. I don't need all the bells and whistles. I don't need, IBX. I don't know what all the other things, IDX or whatever it is we used to have with the whole system. I just need a basic phone. That's all I need. I just need a basic computer. I don't need, the top of the line gaming system, and I don't need to go
Here's the
dominate it.
function.
Yeah, I just need a basic Mac, right?
Right.
So that's what we should be looking at with technology in our business. Does it support our hedgehog? If it absolutely is our hedgehog, then we need to pioneer it and go nail it. And if it's not, ignore it. But if you need it anyway, parody it or make, you know what I mean, get the basic needs that you need because you need it to do your business. But my business, that does not fit in my hedgehog. This is not my hedgehog. This is just my phone that I need. My hedgehog is going back into, what is it that I do? I do agent attraction. I want to do it at a very, very high level. I want to move into more coaching and groups and all those kinds of things. So does the phone fit into that? No, I just need one. Does TikTok? Maybe. I got to explore it a little bit more. I got 2 people pushing on me telling me it does, but I don't know because I haven't sat down and done the work yet to explore it. Is that helpful at all as far as technology?
All right.
Yeah.
Excuse me. With the thing with social media is, if you don't know how to utilize it properly, it's going to be a waste of your time. Especially TikTok is all about your follower base.
Mm-hmm.
The more people you have, the more people you're going to reach. And yes, your marketing campaigns could work. Your coaching techniques, you put little small clips of videos on there, could work. But it's only when you have that following base and friends that are already on TikTok that can share it.
Good point.
It's a lot. They don't have like I haven't really I'm new to TikTok too, but social media is all the same. If you don't have that follower base to follow you, and if it's not extreme, then you're not reaching enough people.
Exactly.
And it also goes with your followers and the people that follow them and how they share. And, so it's almost like the new age word of mouth.
That's all it is. You're
yeah.
right. And with any social media on any level, it requires one of 3 things. It either requires a ton of a fan base, so a big group of followers or friends or whatever you want to call it, or a ton of money, or a ton of time
Yes.
to build the fan base. So you have to, if you have any one of those 3, then you can go nail it at a really high level right out of the gate. If you don't, just know that that's what it's going to do. It's either going to cost you money, time, and you got to build up the fan base. So
Right.
that's how that is. Is it impossible to do? No, it just again matters to what it is. What is your goal? How much time do you have to hit it? How do you want to hit it? If is it that,
Yeah.
then go hit it. So that's why Facebook ads are money. That's all it is. It's putting money into it because you don't have the group. So, all right. What kinds of questions do you guys have for the last couple minutes? Who's got a challenge or something that they need some help with?
Well, I know me and you have a slot for later on this evening to talk. So was I supposed to call you in the number in the email?
I
that you
don't
have
know.
listed? You said call you tonight, but
Call me
didn't-
in my email, my phone number. I'll jump it down in the chat box for you.
okay.
Just in case you don't have it, you will have it then. Okay. All right. Who else has got anything or wants to continue with the social media? I don't care. Who's got something? There you go.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm still trying to figure out how to get my unique compound property sold. I had 2 people and I thought both were going to submit offers last weekend and everybody's now too busy and I haven't heard back. So
Where is your unique property? Okay, hang on.
yeah, that's too big for today, probably.
Yeah, have you gone to the Where Money Moves and looked at who's moving into your area in your county and seeing if that might be an avenue to go after?
I've looked at it, but I haven't used it.
Okay, so I don't know if you've got like a big group of people coming from Chicago or LA or San Francisco or any of the places that people are exiting en masse. But if you do, that might be an avenue to go advertise up in that area also. How's your price? Are you guys comfortable with your price?
I'm pretty comfortable. I mean, I priced it at 150 and things were selling for 160 to 180 a
Okay,
square foot.
right.
Any economic development going on in the area?
Oh, good point, Liz.
Well, yeah, that's the funky part. It's in a kind of a funky area. It's kind of partial industrial, and this is a neighborhood that's next to kind of a bunch of like a seed plant and I don't know, a place where they store trucks and stuff.
Is there any future economic development coming to the area? That might be something to put out there, and
Yeah.
if your county site has anything regarding what might be happening in that space, that might be something to look at.
Well, I know not far from there's a lot of Amazon distribution centers and Walmart distribution centers. So I'll have to see if maybe that would work.
Check with the Chamber Economics Council
Mhm.
Committee.
Mhm.
Planning committee also.
Yep.
Yeah,
Amazon's coming in our neighborhood hard. I mean,
Are
Yeah.
they?
they moved their headquarters here. I mean, they have a headquarter based in Arlington, so they're coming in strong. And a lot of jobs are coming in with them. I mean, we've always been pretty strong on economic development anyway here in Northern Virginia, but that's always a place I look if I'm trying to figure out
Yeah.
like even a marketing piece to kind of put in my stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can definitely think of that. The other one I thought of the other day was churches, to see if churches, if it's anything that works for church retreat kind of a thing. Or any other kind of a retreat. It's not an Airbnb type property, is it? I mean, you're not
No.
close enough to anything cool over there, like
No.
Disney World kind of cool. Okay,
No,
so not that direction.
Does it work for any sort of traveling professionals type situation?
No.
Okay.
Oh, good point on that one also. Colleges, corporate housing, student.
Yeah, they're all back in swing too. But I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if that works for where she's at.
Right.
no.
All right. Yeah, it sounds like corporate, I mean, chamber, planning commission, and maybe where money moves to see where else you can market it. If it, it's got something going on in Chicago to kind of extend that marketing reach out a little bit. And then how long you been on the market?
This is starting the third week.
If I would talk to Gary also, because it's a different, unique property. So, I mean, a normal house, if I didn't have any action on it after the end of 3 weeks, then they would definitely be getting a price adjustment. Do watch your prices really closely. Look and see what economically is going on in your area. Like, I know our area has lost something like 6% or 8% or something like that. And then just for giggles, I looked at my old condo in LA that we sold in we sold in the middle of COVID. And it was before the market peaked, because the apartment market, it definitely peaked after COVID. But it's already dropped below value from what we sold it at. And I'm like, holy crap, that was fast. I mean, that really fast. So we sold it for 6.25, I think. And it's already down to like 575 or something like that.
Oh
which is, yeah, which is,
Wow.
and it went, after we sold it, it went high. You know what I mean? And then came back down again. So I'm like, but anyway, but not my house in San Francisco. That's so stupid high. It's not even funny. But anyway, but look and see what the things are, what the housing prices are doing in your area. Just keep a really tight watch on that price.
Okay.
A really tight watch. All right, y'all. Thank you for another fabulous day. I'm going to jump on my, what do I have on Wednesdays? My accountability buddy call, which is David on our team. Sarah, I'll talk with you tonight. Everybody else is in the book club. I'll see y'all tonight. I think book club tonight. And
Real quick, Gina, real quick. Do anybody have a suggestion on like what type of business book is good to read?
for real estate,
Just anything, just building a business, because real estate or any business is business. Just
all right,
like,
guys, go.
The
Because I have
E-Myth,
mine, I'll go mine last. What?
The
The
one
E-Myth
right
book.
thing.
The one
huh?
right?
The E-Myth by Michael Gerber.
Okay.
Millionaire Real Estate Agent.
That's mine.
Yeah.
The other one, then I would do the companion to that is Shift, since that's the
Yeah.
market we're getting
We're-
into. I would companion that.
Yeah, Shift and Millionaire Real Estate Agent. Shift for the market today. Millionaire Real Estate Agent to build your business.
When you read MREA, E-Myth is so good too. When you read MREA, the first time you read it, the first 2/3 of the book will make sense. The last 1/3 won't. Read it again in a year because the last 1/3 will make sense.
What was the second book? I got the E-Myth, the Shift, Millionaire Real Estate, and what was the other one? I
Okay,
think Kay said it.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Okay.
keep it-
Uh,
all right, good books.
Thank
Okay, y'all.
you.
You're welcome. Bye,
Have a
y'all.
great one. Bye.